Future Los Angeles Sweat of 2021 event by Colton Dennis. Crowd cheering. Hello everyone. And welcome to Future Los Angeles Sweat. Tonight we will have a great night, said announcer number 1. That's right. And I heard Melody, who returned at the last pay-per-view, has a little something to say, said announcer number 2. I can't wait to hear what she has to say, said announcer number 1. Music playing. Clobber, Mr. Indestructible and the Mountain appear walking down the ramp, go up the steel stairs. Then get into the ring. Clobber holding a microphone. You know, in my last match I had, which was against the master inside the demonic cell, something hit me like a wave. I've been the champion of this company for a while. Then Bullet defeated me. And all of a sudden, I kept losing my matches. It's almost like the three of us became the bottom of the food chain. Hell, Mr. Indestructible here has the best body of the three of us. The Mountain is built like a mountain. And I have the brains. We're all great superstars. And yet, are treated like the gum you scrap off the bottom of your shoe, said Clobber, handing the microphone to Mr. Indestructible. Mr. Indestructible walks forward. Yeah, and it's almost like we're invisible. Since new people started, we don't exist anymore. Hell, I could beat more people in the back than any of them winning a title, said Mr. Indestructible, handing the microphone to the Mountain. The Mountain grabs the microphone. You see, we're not leaving this ring until we get what we deserve, said the Mountain. All right, you've got my attention, boys, said James Dennis, appearing on the stage. Oh, there he is, the man of the hour. James Dennis, said Clobber. The three of you seem to be having some sour grapes. So, you got my attention, said James. Great. We want one thing, James, said Clobber. And what would that be? Asked James. I want another shot at Bullet for the title, said Clobber. James nods his head. All right, you want another shot at the title. You got it. At the next pay-per-view, it'll be Clobber versus Bullet. All three smiling and nodding their heads. Versus Hazard. Because at the next pay-per-view, it's gonna be all about the champions defending their titles against former champions. So, since three people only held the global championship, it'll be a triple threat match, said James. Now, for Mr. Indestructible and the Mountain. I know they'd like a championship match. How does this sound, boys? Mr. Indestructible and the Mountain versus Digger and Suave. Both Mr. Indestructible and the Mountain smiling. Versus the Fabulous Freebirds versus the New Dominant Species. In a Fatal 4 tag team ladder match, said James. But that's at the next pay-per-view. How about tonight? You three will fight against Bullet, Hazard, and their tag partner, Rhino. Have a good night, fellas, said James. Oh, what a main event for tonight. A 6-man tag match between Clobber, Mr. Indestructible and the Mountain versus Bullet, Hazard, and Rhino, said announcer number 2. I really can't wait for that match, said announcer number 1. Bell dings. This match is scheduled for one fall and is a handicap match. Introducing the competitors, first in the ring, Ghost and Taboo, and their opponent. Music playing. Hellfire appears walking down the ramp. Hellfire, said announcer number 3. Hellfire slides into the ring. Both Ghost and Taboo are staring at Hellfire. Hellfire staring back at both Ghost and Taboo. Bell dings. Taboo pushes Ghost into Hellfire. Hellfire grabs Ghost by his throat, lifts, then chokeslams him. Ghost groans, then rolls out of the ring. Taboo watching Ghost roll out of the ring, then looks up at Hellfire. Hellfire staring at Taboo. Wait, wait, wait. Just let me leave and you'll be fine, said Taboo, walking along the ropes. Hellfire continues staring at Taboo. Taboo slowly lifts his right leg through rope. Hellfire looks at Ghost. Taboo goes to punch Hellfire. Hellfire does a throat thrust onto Taboo. Taboo falls onto the mat. Hellfire starts kicking Taboo. Taboo groaning. Hellfire picks Taboo up, then whips him into the corner. Taboo goes into the corner. Hellfire does a corner body splash onto Taboo. Taboo groaning then falls onto the mat. Hellfire goes through the middle ropes, then goes to climb up the turnbuckle. Ghost stands on the ledge of the ring, then hits Hellfire. Hellfire does a throat thrust onto Ghost. Ghost falls off the ledge of the ring. Taboo dropkicks Hellfire. Hellfire off the ledge of the ring, then lands onto the floor. Taboo smiling then looks at referee number 1. Count him out, said Taboo. 1, 2, 3, 4, said referee number 1. Hellfire slowly stands up, then climbs onto the ledge of the ring. Taboo bounces off the ropes on the opposite side of the ring, then does a baseball slide onto Hellfire. Hellfire falls onto the floor again. Taboo rolls out of the ring, walks towards Hellfire, then kicks him. Hellfire groaning. Taboo raises his arms. I'm the best wrestler ever, said Taboo, grabbing Hellfire, then throwing him into the ring. Hellfire rolling, then stops. Taboo climbs onto the ledge of the ring, goes up the turnbuckle, gets to the top, looks down at Hellfire, jumps, then goes for a frog splash. Hellfire moves. Taboo lands face first onto the mat. Hellfire stands up, then raises his right hand. Taboo stands up, turns around, falls onto the mat, crawls towards the corner, tags Ghost's right, then rolls out of the ring. Ghost looking at Taboo. Hellfire approaches Ghost, grabs him by his head, then throws him over the top rope. Ghost lands onto the mat, groans, then stands up. Hellfire boots Ghost. Taboo watching from the ramp. Hellfire whips Ghost into the corner, runs, then does a corner body splash onto him. Ghost groaning, then walks out of the corner. Hellfire lifts Ghost, does a sidewalk slam onto him, then hooks his left leg. 1, 2. Taboo lands onto Hellfire, then quickly jumps through the middle ropes. Hellfire stands up, goes through the middle ropes, climbs up the turnbuckle, then looks at Ghost. Ghost slowly stands up, then turns around. Hellfire jumps off the top turnbuckle, then does a flying clothesline onto Ghost. Taboo continues watching. Hellfire looks at Taboo, then raises his right hand. Ghost stands back up, then turns around again. Hellfire grabs Ghost by his throat, lifts him up, chokeslams him, then covers him. Taboo quickly climbs up the turnbuckle. 1, 2. Taboo does a frog splash onto Hellfire. Hellfire groans. Taboo continuously kicks Hellfire. Hey, come on, get outside, said referee number 1. Taboo looks at referee number 1. Don't tell me what to do. Do you understand me? Asked Taboo. Turning around, Hellfire sits up. Taboo's eyes widen, then he quickly jumps through the middle ropes. Again, Hellfire stands up, then watches Taboo running up the ramp. Taboo stops, then looks back at Hellfire. Hellfire looks at Ghost, grabs him by his throat again, picks him up, lifts him into the air, does a third chokeslam, then covers him. 1, 2, 3. Ring the bell, said referee number 1. Bell dings. Here's your winner, Hellfire, said announce number 3. Taboo continues staring at Hellfire. Hellfire goes through the middle ropes, then walks up the ramp. Taboo takes off running. Well, what a handicap match that was, said announcer number 1. I just can't believe how stupid Taboo was. Doing our frog splash onto Hellfire. It just pissed him off, said announcer number 2. Now folks, we will hear from the returning Melody, said announcer number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, please let me introduce Melody, said announcer number 3. Melody appears on the screen. If you don't mind, I'll be back here doing the interview, said Melody. All right, Melody. Everyone wants to know. Why did you do what you did at the last pay-per-view? Asked announcer number 3. What? Do you mean me attacking Tempest face to face? How I see it, Tempest ain't a real ladies champion. Don't get me wrong, she's defended it and retained it. So far no one has been able to beat her. But I would like to remind everyone, I never lost my title. So I thought, why not return at the next pay-per-view and show everyone that I'm still in one piece, said Melody. Well, we're all grateful that you're not really injured, especially after that incident, said announcer number 3. Is it grateful or are you just feeling sorry for me? Because the last time I checked, no one from this company ever visited me while I was in the hospital. I'm so grateful that I was taken out. Because, as I was healing, I realized something. Every one of these so-called and quote, ladies and quote, aren't real women. They're just here to make a quick buck. I've been in this longer than most of them, and all I get is a fractured jaw. At the next pay-per-view, I'm challenging Tempest for the Ladies' Championship. And after I beat her, the real Ladies' Champion will be back. You can damn well guarantee that. This interview is done, said Melody, standing up, then walks away. Well, what has gotten into Melody? Asked announcer number 2. I don't know. Maybe she really figured out how to become champion again, said announcer number 1. Tempest appears, walking backstage. Excuse me, Tempest. We just heard from Melody, and she challenged you to a championship match. What are your thoughts? Asked my number 1. Well, Melody wants to sit down and complain about what happened to her. I understand she was the former champion until she had to vacate the title. You know what I say to her challenge? Bring it on, bitch, said Tempest, walking away. Beldings. This match is scheduled for one fall and is a 6-man tag team match. Introducing the competitors: Clobber, Mr. Indestructible and the Mountain, and their opponents: Hazard, the US Continental Champion Rhino, and the Global Champion, Bullet, said announcer number 3. Beldings. Both Hazard and Mr. Indestructible staring at each other, then lock up. Mr. Indestructible puts a headlock onto Hazard. Hazard punches Mr. Indestructible's stomach. Mr. Indestructible elbows Hazard in the back of his neck. Hazard falls to his knees. Mr. Indestructible grabs Hazard, then bounces his head off the turnbuckle. Hazard groans again. Mr. Indestructible chops Hazard's chest. Hazard groans. Man, you heard that shot in the bleachers, said announcer number 2. Mr. Indestructible bounces Hazard's head off the turnbuckle again, then tags the Mountain's left hand. The Mountain gets into the ring, continuously knees Hazard in his stomach, then walks away. Clobber laughing. Hazard groaning, then elbows Clobber. Clobber falls off the ledge of the ring. Mr. Indestructible gets punched. Hazard turns around. The Mountain clotheslines Hazard. Hazard groaning. The Mountain picks up Hazard, lifts him up, then slams him onto the mat. Come on, Hazard, said Bullet. The Mountain bounces off the ropes, jumps, then goes for an elbow drop. Hazard moves. The Mountain groans, then holds his right elbow. Hazard crawls towards his corner, then tags Rhino's right hand. Rhino gets into the ring, then starts continuously punching the Mountain. The Mountain shoves Rhino away. Rhino staggers backwards, runs at the Mountain, then tries clotheslining him over the top rope. The Mountain swaying on the top rope. Rhino runs, then bounces off the ropes on the opposite side of the ring. The Mountain does a jumping clothesline onto Rhino. "Oh, what a flying clothesline by the Mountain," said announcer number 1. "Never seen him jump," said announcer number 2. The Mountain crawls towards his corner, then tags Clobber's left hand. Clobber gets into the ring, punches Rhino, then hits both Bullet and Hazard off the ledge of the ring. "That's what you get, you bastards," said Clobber, turning around. Rhino wraps his arms around Clobber's waist, then does a belly-to-belly throw. Clobber lands across the ring, then groans. Bullet stands onto the ledge of the ring, then tags Rhino's back. Clobber standing up. Bullet clotheslines Clobber a few times, bounces off ropes, then does a tilt-a-whirl DDT onto Clobber. Mr. Indestructible climbs onto the ledge of the ring. Bullet runs, then punches Mr. Indestructible. Mr. Indestructible falls off the ledge of the ring. Bullet jumps onto the second rope. Clobber stands up, then turns around. Bullet jumps off the second rope, then dropkicks Clobber. Clobber falls onto the mat. Bullet covers Clobber. 1, 2. Clobber kicks out. 2, said referee number 2. Bullet rolls underneath the ropes, stands up on the ledge of the ring, then climbs up the turnbuckle. The Mountain climbs onto the ledge of the ring. Bullet kicks the Mountain's head. The Mountain falls onto the floor. Clobber runs, jumps onto the second rope, wraps his arms around Bullet's waist, then does a belly-to-belly throw. Bullet lands across the ring. The Mountain staggers outside of the ring. Rhino runs around the ring, then shoulder tackles the Mountain. The Mountain goes into the barricade. Rhino yells. Mr. Indestructible knees Rhino in his stomach, grabs his head, runs, then throws him into the barricade. On the opposite side of the ring, Hazard runs, clotheslines Mr. Indestructible hard, looks, sees the Mountain laying on the floor, runs, then does a running senton onto him. Bullet slowly stands up in the corner. Clobber slowly stands up, then runs at Bullet. Bullet raises his boot. Clobber, groaning, then walks away. Bullet jumps onto the second rope. Clobber turns around. Bullet jumps off the second rope, then does a hurricanrana onto Clobber. Clobber rolls outside of the ring. Bullet stands up, then waves at Clobber. Get up, said Bullet. Clobber stands up outside of the ring. Bullet runs, jumps onto the middle rope on the side of the ring, springboards himself over the top rope, then lands onto Clobber. All 6 men are down outside the ring, said announcer number 1. This is a great match, said announcer number 2. Bullet slowly moving, grabs the ledge of the ring, then pulls himself up. Clobber standing up. Bullet climbs onto the ledge of the ring. Clobber goes to swipe out Bullet's leg. Bullet jumps, then kicks Clobber's head. Clobber staggers backwards. Hazard punches Clobber. Both Clobber and Hazard are fighting outside of the ring. Bullet looks behind himself, jumps up, then does a springboard moonsault onto both Clobber and Hazard. Now I don't know if that was intentional or not, because he just took out both Clobber and Hazard, said announcer number 1. I don't know either, said announcer number 2. Bullet grabs Clobber's head, then throws him into the ring. Clobber rolling. Bullet climbs onto the ledge of the ring, jumps up, then goes for a springboard body splash. Clobber moves. Bullet lands face first onto the mat, then groans. Clobber slowly pulls himself up. Mr. Indestructible appears on the ledge of the ring, then tags Clobber's right arm. Rhino pulls Mr. Indestructible off the ledge of the ring. Both Mr. Indestructible and Rhino are fighting. Clobber runs at Bullet, then goes for a clothesline. Bullet ducks. Clobber turns around. Bullet jumps up, then knees Clobber's face. Clobber groans, then goes through the middle ropes. Bullet waving at Clobber. Get up, come on, said Bullet. Clobber stands up outside of the ring. Bullet runs, jumps onto the middle ropes on the side of the ring, then springboards himself over the top rope. Clobber moves. Bullet lands onto Hazard. Bullet stands up, looks at Hazard, then turns around. The Mountain grabs Bullet by his throat, lifts him, then chokeslams him onto the floor. Rhino grabs Mr. Indestructible head, then runs. Mr. Indestructible reverses it, then throws Rhino into the ring post. Rhino groaning. The Mountain throws Bullet into the ring. Clobber grabs Hazard, then throws him into the steel stairs. Mr. Indestructible slides into the ring, picks up Bullet, puts a full Nelson onto him, lifts him up, then does a full Nelson slam onto him. Clobber, said Mr. Indestructible. Clobber walks around the ring, climbs onto the ledge of the ring, then tags Mr. Indestructible's right hand. Mr. Indestructible picks up Bullet. Bullet staggering. Clobber lifts Bullet's head. Deep down, you know you deserve this, said Clobber, running, bouncing off the ropes, then does a hard clothesline onto Bullet. Bullet flips onto the mat. Clobber rolls Bullet over, then covers him. 1, 2, 3. Ring the bell, said referee number 2. Bell dings. Here's your winners. Clobber, Mr. Indestructible and the Mountain, said announce number 3. All three are standing in the ring. Referee number 2 holding the title. Clobber pulls the title out of referee number 2's hands. Get out of here, said Mr. Indestructible. Clobber looking at the title, then raises it. Well, another night of wrestling comes to a close. We want to thank you for watching. Be safe out there and good night, said announcer number 1. Bye-bye, said announcer number 2 waving. All three are smiling. The crowd booing. The end.